Base hitters. Base hitters. Base hitters. Base hitters. Baseball.
Come out and see some of the loudest vehicles in the world. It will definitely put a smile on your face. Bring the whole family to Lucas Oil Motor Speedway Park June 8th and 9th. If you're a competitor, pre-register and choose Base Wars as your entrance in the show.
Hey, how you guys doing? Living a dream, huh? Hey, Jimmy, are we live, man? Because it don't look like we're live.
Are you sure? This shows you we're live on Marion. What's up, David? How are you, sir?
I was just trying to get a reaction out of you. I got it.
What is up? What is up? Oh,
Well, man, getting ready for the big show.
yeah. Most
Yeah.
definitely. It is. It's gonna be a good show. I can't wait. Yep. No, Jimmy. Yep. I'm not here, David.
All right. Yeah.
Definitely gonna be a fun show.
1,000 miles up there, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I understand your pain. You know,
Yeah.
I do that trip a couple times a year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get able to do it this year. You know, we'll see. My scraping the coast trip still iffy. I don't know if it's going to happen.
I guess just retire early and don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, you know, if I can make your big bucks that you're making, maybe I could do that, sir. But I can't.
Right, man,
I can't live off of nothing.
I have to buy the wrinkled up cans, you know, the scrubs, yeah, that's what I have to get the discount so I can afford to drink. So I feel you.
No, most definitely. But no, I think it's going to be a great show this weekend. You know, they're calling for a little bit of rain or something here or there. So 1 minute it's going to rain, the next minute it's not. The next minute it's going to sprinkle. The next minute it's going to storm. The next minute it's
Well,
not.
this ain't gonna happen. This was not gonna happen. I'm not driving up there for it to rain on my butt. It's not gonna rain. Done.
That's right.
If it rains, we're gonna have a problem, right? I am not bringing an umbrella.
Right. Well, we'll see. Billy, my first day off. Okay.
Yeah, Dave had worked for the same place like almost 20 years, and they closed the place, and so he went somewhere else now. So he took him a 3-month vacation, and now he's back in the game. So we go to Dave when we need to borrow money.
Okay, he baller, big boss, big boss.
Dave float.
What's up, John? What's up, Chris? What's up, Mike? Brandon, everybody else in here. Sorry I didn't say hi to you guys a little bit ago. We were kind of just being silly. Super Dave show. Better not rain. Yeah, it ain't going to. We'll see. You know, it's that time of year. Honestly, I hate to say it.
Oh yeah, we're in full swing now. You got broke off early. If it wasn't for my daughter's graduating next weekend, if it wasn't for that, I'd be down at Made of Steel. So that'd have been 3 big shows in a row.
That's what's up, though.
All in different parts of the country. You know, you'd think they'd put them right next to one another every now and again, but no.
It'd be pretty cool, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'd like to be able to do that. Go to the big show
me too, for like 3 weeks. Then it's time to I really need to cut the grass. You know, I need to, just sit. You know, TV on the wall, man. I got a TV downstairs. It's like a big one. You know, it's a 65-inch TV. It was big when I bought it a few years ago, and I ain't looked at it in I have not looked at that TV in 6 months. Well, maybe not 6 months. It's been a long time. Yeah,
we
don't even need
kids get plenty of use out of it for you, though.
Huh?
I said your kids get plenty of use out of it, though. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it gets used, but I don't use it. I tell you what happens is, like, if I'm here working, I'll go down there and make me something for lunch. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna watch TV while I eat lunch. Well, by the time I find something to watch, I'm finished eating my lunch. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I get that. I get that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I watch a little bit of TV, but not a whole bunch. So I'm just not a big TV person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like, man, It depends to me, it depends on what kind of system I have with my TV. Same way with my ride, like if I got a big system in my car, I'm riding around at about a 55, listening to some AC/DC. If I don't have a system in my car, I'm riding around with George Strait on at about 135, maybe a 133, but
Right.
so I'm that way with TV. If it don't have a big system, all I got is a little sound bar hooked up to it, and a little subwoofer ain't worth throwing away. But it don't offer much, so I don't get excited about watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a nice surround sound system hooked up down here to my TV, and my wife hates it sometimes because it rattles the windows of the house and shit like that. But I like it. So
I'm gonna do with all those 12s.
Right?
Put 12, hook them to my TV.
Hook up a big wall up to your TV. Hell
Put
yeah.
them really low,
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
Right.
So, if y'all haven't caught on, Billy is definitely coming down to the Superfest show this weekend.
Yep.
Hopefully, we can have a pretty decent turnout, which, from everybody that I've seen posted that they're coming, it's going to be a decent turnout for sure. So,
yeah.
The last couple of years have been good shows too.
I missed it last year.
Last year, I mean, we got a little bit of rain last year too. It rained like I want to say Saturday morning for a couple hours, if even that, and then stopped. And it turned out to be a beautiful day the rest of the day.
That's cool.
So, and that's some shit that it does here in Kansas. One day it's 65 degrees, and the next day we got an inch of snow on the ground. It's Kansas. You never fucking know. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a really good show for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rain or shine, we'll make it a good show. We'll have a good time. Absolutely. We always do.
Yeah.
Always do. You guys make sure you come and see Billy. Say hi to him. Show him a little love. He is, doing 1,000 miles to come see us this weekend.
Roughly 1,000 miles. Let's see. What town is it in?
It's at Milford Lake in Junction City.
Let's see. I mapped this a day or two ago. Oh, Junction City, Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Taking a long time to think. 15 hours and 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
14 hours and 50 minutes. I get to choose.
And that's 2 hours away from my house.
Yeah.
Because for me to you, it's I think it's about a 16 and a half hour drive from my house to your house.
Nah, well, maybe.
And that's with no stops. That's just straight driving.
Well, this has got me going through Kansas City. So I think it's 12. But I will stop because I'll have to get gas.
Yes, I will be at Slamology. And I'm 95% sure, unless something happens, my vehicle will be at Slamology as well.
Yeah. I am not flying. I looked at the flights that worked for me to get there, and the flight time was a few hours difference of the drive time. By that, I mean there were layovers, this and that. And it wasn't worth enough difference for me to want to get herded around like a cow on an airplane. So I chose not. Normally, though, this would be my cutoff. I'd make this flight, but I kind of forgot when it was, and I didn't really learn about it till Tuesday night? Something like that, Jimmy, we were talking. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And, oh, crap. So I had to kind of get in motion. So I was late getting me a flight. So, but there were just no flights that got me there in the time frame that would have been conducive to not driving.
Probably not. Get 2 hours from the house, it happens. Huh. I don't get that one. Airbag came out. What? His airbag came out. Oh, I'm trying. I'm like
Is
confused.
that
Here.
Brett?
Yeah.
I
See.
think he said a hose blew. Airbag came out and got cut. Oh, okay. Well, I told him he needed to drive slower.
What up, Clippo? How are you, Kyle?
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not going to drive the van. I just rented a vehicle. That van is noisy, and I didn't want to be dealing. That's what sucks. I picked me out a nice vehicle and I rented it right. I get there and they got me a not nice vehicle. It's going to be, if it's noisy like the van, I just wasted the rent money. All right. Because I don't think it gets as good a fuel mileage as the van.
Yeah, your van probably does get really good fuel mileage.
It gets about 26.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I'd like to see what that old Honda that I drive every day gets. I wonder. I don't know. Shit. I can fill it up and drive it for 2 weeks
Dang.
on gas. But I just drive it back and forth to work all the way.
Getting gas is almost a daily experience of mine.
Oh, trust me. I understand it with my truck. When I drive my truck, it's like, stop.
I've been driving that little Ranger, right? I've been driving the van. I've been driving my truck. And man, it seemed like every day, every other day, I'm at a gas pump somewhere.
Damn, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, Brett. Yeah. I'm excited to hear it and see it all done too as well, Clay. For sure. Sure. I appreciate that. You guys will definitely be the first to know. Because I won't be able to control myself. I'm going to be posting it, putting videos up everywhere. So,
man, speaking of not controlling yourself, man, we did the Team Wars at High Voltage, right?
Yes,
First
sir.
time. I don't know where that bracket is, but I think we broke 3 or 4 windshields, and Brett was one of them. He just replaced it before he went up there.
Oh,
guy named Shannon. He just murdered. His was floppy when he got finished. I mean, it's like soup. Somebody else did it too. Brad Breeden, I think. Brandon Breeden. Yeah.
Brandon.
But anyway, man, that was exciting. That many at one time. Yeah.
See, Brett, you should get in the car with Billy and come down here so you can come down and hang out and see Super Dave's build. You guys are always talking about
motivate yourself pretty fast though, because we'll be leaving in a couple of hours.
Yeah. You need to get off here and start packing.
Yeah. I still got to do laundry, man.
You still got to do laundry.
Awards, stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. The more awards you can bring me, the less you're going to have to mail me. So,
right, man. Check this out. I don't think she's lying. I didn't get the experience that they did, but I'm gonna tell you what was fun. Is man, there was times that the scores were really close, and everybody was just excited. Jimmy, there's probably 50 people around the tent just watching these two guys go head to head.
That's badass. Glad to hear that, Clay.
It was fun, man.
That. For sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Man, it's fun because sorry, my cameras are all messed up. Yeah, it's when you get to sit back and just kind of watch two people go at it head to head and they have fun and do it, and it's not like they're not screaming and yelling, they're not cussing. It's just it's still head to head, but it's fun head to head, and
man, there was
just like this weekend watch, I promise you, we're going to have probably 2 or 3 or maybe even 3 or 4 guys going head to head doing deathmatch.
Yeah.
So, I can't wait to have both monitors going. You got 2 guys running deathmatch.
So that team event, man, we had every match was head to head. It was awesome. I know. There were some matches you can tell when somebody's voltage start flaking a little bit.
Mhm.
And it's up to them whether they, what they do with that volume knob is to have,
Turn it down just
but
a little
there's
bit.
some matches that you could see, like this guy's way up, but this guy's coming up still very slow, and then this guy starts coming down, and you just didn't know who was going to win. It was really exciting,
Oh shit! Paul Nature gonna be there. Uh-oh.
right? Yeah, I will be there Saturday, not Sunday. Sunday, I'm headed back home. Yeah, well, like to.
I
We
wish,
need to
Brett.
schedule
That
up
would be
more.
that'd be a blast.
So I'm gonna tell you guys that what's going to happen later is after we get a little history on all the competitors in the Team Wars, but understand this is only history from Team Wars. So what I mean is those scores are not going to intertwine with the regular burp scores. But let's just say for easy math, Jimmy, you average a 62.5, right, with your vehicle in the Team Wars. Let's just say that's your average over 5 or 10 times you've done it, right? With me?
Yes, sir.
And let's say I do it, and I average, for easy math, let's say 160 even, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's my average over 5-10 scores, right? At some point, we'll both have those averages, but when you, with your average of 62.5 and me with my average of 60, you will spot me 2.5 dB. So you had better do better than your 62.5, or I had better do better than my 60.5, or else we had both better not do as well. But so you won't know who's going to win.
I was going to say,
Right
how are you going to stop somebody from sandbagging? So,
I got a plan for that. It's easy.
oh, you want to see what my numbers are? All right, I'm doing a 147. And then I come out and I'm swinging out at a 157 instead of a 140.
Well, let's just say this. Let's just say it's going to tap out at 20 scores, let's say. All right. After you get an average of 20 scores, your 21st score will knock off your first score. Okay. So I won't average all 20 scores. I will only average, let's say, your 10 best scores, and I'll throw away your 10 worst scores. So you go slumping off too bad. One, you're not going to win, right? So, and
Right.
two, I'm not going to average your 10 lowest scores.
But, I also remember, though, where you were talking about with the handicaps and stuff. So I think the handicaps will make it where it's fair.
That is the handicap. Right now, we're using the type builds just because we got no history, right?
Okay.
But after we got a history on the competitor, now we can okay, let's take for a good example. Wally and Walt, they brought vehicles for their type builds. We're just
Brett. Yeah.
awesome, right? So, but if we go with their averages, and then now they don't have as big a shot to win. They have to do better than their average. Yeah, some of them were close. They were close, right? Yeah. So, do you understand, Jimmy?
Yeah, I do. I do. Definitely. Whose window are you talking about there, Chuck? I don't know. I think the Team Wars thing will be actually really, really fun. Once everybody, including me, gets a hang of it all, and understands the handicaps and all that stuff, to be able to kind of figure it all out.
Let's just say Brittany comes with her. Let's just say, I know she does a 49.5, right? Okay. And let's say Carlos Rodriguez pulls up, and Carlos does a 85.
Right.
5. How many dB is that spot? Is that 50?
Right.
It's 30 points. Is it 30 points?
Yeah, something like that.
So if Carlos don't beat her by 30, then she wins. She's got a shot.
Yeah.
No, she's got a good shot.
Yeah. I get that for sure. No tall cans, it's just small cans, sir. Hi, Bobby. How are you, sir? Yeah, I wouldn't. There's quite a few people out there that I would definitely have to. Sorry, keep forgetting my. I always lean up like this, but I forget my camera's messed up right now. There's quite a few teams out there. I don't know if I would really want to mess with or actually put head to head. You know, and don't get me wrong. My guys are strong. And I got some pretty big guys in my corner too as well. And I'm just gonna say that and not say that too loud, but it's I don't know that I would want to go against like Carlos and imagine having Carlos and Greg on one team.
Carlos is a bad example, but
Well, what about Greg Corbin?
He's not a music. We did a 30-second music run kind of thing.
You hear me? What about Greg Corbin?
Yeah, so that she would easily be able to compete with anybody, even with Craig Ball. She'd be able to compete with him too.
What about Paul Nacer? Think about Paul Nacer.
Yeah,
crazy builds. There's
once we get the history of these people on them, then anybody should be able to compete against anybody, and nobody will know who's going to win. I just don't believe you would.
Yeah,
it would be a crapshoot. Whoever is doing well that day is who.
I would be willing to say watch this weekend at our show when it comes to the team deathmatch. The guys that hopefully that will be up and running that have all had some nice banter back and forth and talking shit to each other a little bit. I want to say, but I think the deathmatch is going to be awesome this weekend. Watching the death match and then listening to what you said about the whole team shit, it's like, man, that could just be so much more into it. And I don't know, I because there's quite a few teams down here as well too, quite a few local teams.
Man,
off the top of my head, I can just think of
let me touch on something right quick. So this weekend we did a team tournament. It was like a run like a bracket. Okay. That is nothing to do with the teams like that you guys sign up and the teams acquire points. Not anything to do with one another. So the reason I say that is if you got 5 people that are not on anybody's team or whatever, y'all just want to make a team, then you can do it. You don't have to be on I would call official team, but there's really nothing much official about teams. They just people that get together. So you can take 5 people that are not on any teams in a parking lot, put them together, and they can make a team. Right?
Huh. Well, damn. Greg, Carlos, Munson,
well, they're already
Steven, and Drew. Boom. I'm done. Let's go. There's my boys. There's my heavy hitters. You're all in trouble.
You get an average of you guys, and y'all are at no better advantage than anybody else.
No, because by the time you put that handicap in there and stuff like that, it's going to make it fair. And that's kind of what I was saying is that's amazing. And see, Paul, we've already talked about that. You can only run one car. You can have your wife there, your best friend there. Hell, you can have your dog run it. I don't give a fuck.
I think
you can only run one car.
I think Walt's wife ran one of his cars.
Yeah, I remember him asking about that. I think it was like right before the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you bring the Celica out, Paul. I'll run the Celica for you. Have you ever seen Paul Celica?
Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, I should have brought my pickup, my trailer, and hauled it home. He would never miss it.
That Celica's badass, dude.
I know it, man.
That's where I first met Paul was with that Celica. Man, I'm gonna say it's probably Slamology. It was like 2017, 18. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. I can't remember the exact, but it's been a while. Fuck. I remember that damn Celica. He drove that Celica everywhere. And he come pulling up into the damn parking lot. We're all sitting out back drinking out at some. I think we all rented a cheap ass hotel that year. We regretted it, and after that, we've always rented Airbnbs. But
right,
yeah, it was fun. It was fun, most definitely. Well, handicap, Supra. Okay, sorry, whatever, man. Whatever, man. It's super, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah, Paul still has it. Absolutely, he does. I was playing last time I was up there, and I did that show up at Paul's house there. I did it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Paul, what's up with that? We not doing the show this year? You need to call me.
Right. So
Gosh.
El Fuego, yeah, you would these are easy 150s with 2 solo X15s, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. Trying to read that. You know, I mean, I do kind of agree with what you're saying there, Wally.
It's about this
I
one.
do. Yeah. But in that same sense, I mean, if it's not fair, then why is anybody else going to run? I mean, say
Well,
that
this
right
is-
there is where the teams would have to be smart about it. It's like, okay, Team Miller Lite's going against Team Budweiser. And I know where Team Budweiser's heavy hitters and I know where Team Miller Lite's heavy hitters are. But I'm going to try to guess where, okay, he's going to sit up 2 of his heavy hitters and I'm going to sit up 2 of mine. That would be just kind of more of a strategy game when it came
Well,
to
there's that. But then there's also this. Do you want to compete or just do you want to run over people? Because if you want to compete, you need people to compete against. And even though they're quieter,
No,
right,
I
and
agree.
not done the work that you have, well, that's what you'd have to do to overcome, let's call an idiot that's not done any of that, right?
But
got-
you know, I mean,
you
I
got
also kind of slightly, just a little bit agree with him to down. And what I mean by that is say Team Budweiser's still around. That's funny, David. But no, think about it. Like, say I spent millions of dollars on my build to make it do a 170, and this guy spent $1,000 on his build to make it do a 140. How should that be fair that his build can compete with my build?
Well,
I mean,
he's got an average score and you've got an average score. So you better be average that day. If you know that's what this is no different than bracket racing. But guess what? They do it all the time.
no, I
You
get
can
it.
take
I get
a stock car and compete against a funny car almost, right? And they do it and have a good time.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, after people do it and
Well,
understand that
it would suck to have that funny car and lose to that Vega.
it was fun. Well, Vega
Right.
now. Hold on now. That's not just a stock car.
You know, but it'll happen, you know.
No, I get it. You know, and I mean it's fun. It's fun. And I get that. And you know, and you also gotta stop and think about, like, you know, you have people that would roll up in a trunk car and you're thinking, oh, it's a trunk car. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not gonna give them any handicap. And he pulls up and does a 65 in a trunk car with a couple 12s.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. It will not be easy to get a good handicap on competitors. It'll take a long time. So what that part is probably a distance away. We probably will have to keep doing the builds until we start running some of these. And honestly, I've seen very little feedback. What little feedback I have seen was good. Actually the only bad feedback I got was really not anything to do with the team wars. It was more to do with the team they were on or whatever, you know. So
Well, and, you know,
it'll just take a while. So for now, we'll probably be stuck doing the build handicaps until we get a little more history. But that'll be hard to come by. But once we get it, it'll be kind of awesome.
well, and you know, and like you said, it's kind of a learning curve. It's definitely a learning curve and something that we can kind of all get around, and we'll figure it out, you know. And it's not going to happen overnight, but in that same sense, it's going to be fun when it's all said and done. I really honestly, I think
It's something different, you know.
I think it's cool. It really is.
it's something different. We'll schedule up a couple more of them, but I got to get the warm and fuzzy from everybody before I go pushing hard into it, because it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. This will be different, and most of the time it won't be in combination with the regular Base War show, because for one judge can't do it.
Yeah,
and
but
two,
think about that. Sorry,
huh?
Go ahead.
And
Sorry.
two, I worry about it did not this weekend. Greg and them did 85 runs at the high voltage show. But I was worried prior to that me doing the Team Wars would cut them out. And I was really nervous about that, but it didn't happen.
Oh yeah. Congratulations, Greg.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, but normally I think these will be run second. They will be other days,
Absolutely.
And you got to be careful. Now, we didn't have a time problem, but we had two teams not go against one another. They did it strategically. And so that made us speed up a little bit.
What do you mean?
And then the teams were not very quick from when this match was over. They wasn't very quick to come and get the other one started. If we would have been kind of ginning, we'd have been finished by 12:30. As it stood, we got finished at 2:30 or 3, and that was totally lollygagging. And that's not even starting until probably 10:30.
But that's cool, though. I mean, it's kind of the learning curves, and you can all kind of just sit back and relax,
Right.
kind of fill it out. So I don't know. I feel like it was probably pretty cool, without being there personally. I feel.
Yeah. It was neat, man, and it was totally fun watching everybody go against one another. And the ones that were close they were awesome. I'm just telling you, it was awesome. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except I never asked Clay what happened. He come out strong, dude. And let me tell you something. When you got two builds that's pretty loud right in front of your tent, it's cool. But he come out real strong, and he turned it down. Somebody told me his voltage went low. So smart for him to, I guess, cut it off before it fried,
You're right. Absolutely. Well, that's what he's talking about. Yeah, but that's a lot of data and a lot of back work, though, too, to be able to do all that.
Yeah. If the team thing happens, if it takes off, it is a must. I will seek out a reliable firm to build us a website. I bet it'll cost $20,000.
Very good possibility. I wouldn't say probably 20, but yeah. I mean, it's going to cost. It's definitely going to cost. It's not going to be cheap.
Yeah.
If y'all want to donate to Billy and me,
Right.
to save our fingers from having to do this,
no.
It'll happen. It will, and it's just like
I
everything.
put it on the back burner. I paid $2,500 for that spreadsheet. It's what I got in that thing right now that we use for data.
I mean, it works.
It's working.
It works. It's kind of a pain in the butt, like I type much. My wife does most of it. Love you, but still, I don't know. It could be so much easier. It really could. But it takes money. It takes money. Right. Most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it takes off. If it does, if we really like it, I have worked out a way that is probably a little more difficult, but I have found a way that I think I could pay back about $100,000 a year in the Team Wars thing. 100,000. I said that. I wasn't mistaken.
I get it.
Yeah.
But what would be cool though? Seriously, think about this. So we could make it so where we could have other judges and other things going on. We like to do the live, and we like to do the live everywhere else. Why not every judge have one team that competes via live against against Billy's team, against Greg's team, against Melissa's team, against
Well, I'll tell you why.
and
Because
not have 5 or 6 different teams because that'll make it really, really hard. But just one team. You have
Yeah.
to pick one team from your region or your area to go against Billy's region, Greg's region,
Yeah.
Melissa's region.
that's a term lab issue. No way to start both people at the same exact time for sure. You know,
Well, I know, but you could do it kind of like you do like the finals.
finals, but
Yeah,
that's
you
not
can
head
just
to
have-
head. You know,
Well, you could just have 2 cameras running, basically. His camera's running and his camera's running, and we know that we're starting it head to. It's going to be on an honor system, kind of more.
yeah,
like.
you'll never get us with the delays and stuff and
I get that.
Yeah,
but
we
I
would
mean, like,
never get
Say,
started.
for instance, we would be on a phone and we'd have the speakers running, say, like speakerphone, and I'll have my microphone underneath there. And we'll go, all right, ready, set, go. And everybody hits it at the same time. Even
Right,
though
but
this
even
might
on
be
your
lagging
phone,
a
there's
little
a
bit.
delay.
What's that?
Even
No,
on the phone, there's a delay. Yeah.
I guess I get that too. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out a way that like we could do it, the Team Wars. Because think about that. That would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be neat. It'd be
Seriously, if we could figure out a way that everybody could have a really, really good signal.
neat. But still, you got those delays. And yeah, I know that they do it, but they won't do it for us. They won't integrate with us. So
Wayne does it what for? I don't understand.
do what now?
Wayne has that set up in Term Lab that it can be done like that.
Yeah, so he can set it up to where they network it together and they can compete head to head against one another.
By hitting the okay, I got
But he ain't gonna do that for us.
maybe,
Yeah,
but we don't have enough money either.
it ain't a money thing. It's just he won't do it for us. He already told us he's not gonna do it for us.
Well, maybe that the team things, maybe that will be finally the thing that pushes us over the edge where we all have to do one location.
Well, the team thing would definitely be, but that'll be a different than our regular finals, kind of deal.
No, I know, but think about doing a normal finals on a Saturday and doing a team thing on a Sunday.
Oh no, you ain't getting the team done in a day.
Well, true. And what about the people that blew their subs on Saturday too? So
No,
yeah, that would be
it,
fair.
man.
It would be
If-
fair. You're right.
If we had
Vegas
if
would
we
not
had a
work
few
for
teams-
half of it.
if we
Sorry.
had a few teams from each region, you talking 100 teams. Think about the brackets. It would take time.
They would. We'd probably take all weekend to do the whole thing.
Oh,
Probably
yeah,
starting
it'd
Friday,
be
Saturday,
great.
and Sunday.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
brackets would have to be like
It'd be
a bunch
fun.
of smaller brackets to finish early, and then combine those to
Yeah, you'd have to, start about 16 and just work them all the way down. But that would be
Well, no, I think that working them down would be the time consuming. I think you'd have to start with a bunch of small ones that go faster, and then put them into other small ones.
I get that.
That's what I used to do for the pool. When it got too big.
Or think about it like you have a big, huge arena and you have 4 different judges. This judge is running 5 or 4 teams over here. This judge is running 4 teams. This runs 4 teams. And then they do it. And then they get down to 2. Then everybody goes together and meets in the middle.
Well, I tell you what, I was prepared for. If I would have had to, I could have put 2 head to head right here and 2 head to head on the other. I could have run 2 matches at the same time.
Yes, sir.
And then if we'd have just needed to, we could have opened the other side of the tent and had another judge sitting there. Well, that's 4 matches. Now you doing some business,
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was thinking is like get it.
Oh yeah, I need to. Those are in the garage. I need to go have them printed.
Tops. Oh shit.
I'd love to do it at Maida Steel. I'm not going to be there, and I don't think we can pull it together quick enough to get it done. But talk to Greg if he thinks he could do it. That'd be awesome. My daughter's graduating that Friday night before, so if I come down there, it's a flight. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it or not.
Congratulations
Mm-hmm.
for her, even though I know
Right.
she's not watching this, but
Yeah.
that's cool.
But yeah, so it takes a little time to set up. So here's the thing that we'll do in the future is, and I didn't have a problem with this. I'm gonna say this too. I did not have a problem. Walt, as a matter of fact, sent me money. He paid early, right? And so his roster was all done early. But I think it's important if we do the draws ahead of time that people pay ahead of time so that they'll be more likely to show up and not die and not come, because that'll mess up the whole bracket. You know what I mean?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad thing, but you would have to figure out how to do that.
Well, Walt
Do
is
the team
PayPal.
wars? No. Do the team wars at Slamology?
So we already talked about it, and they were game. I don't think we can get it done quick enough. But next year, if not next year, it will definitely be the
Next
after
year,
that. And
head to head,
Uh,
everybody's team going to get you sign up for
this
your
could be
team wars at Slamology. Hell yeah!
and this could be the finals. We could probably do the finals at Slamology, right? So there's
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir. I think that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Badass for sure. Badass.
Yep, right. Pre-register, prepay. So the way this worked is all the competitors handed their captain their money, I assume, and the captains just handed me $150 to enter the team. Now, for those of you that went one and out, there was no really good deal. But for those people that went time and time again, they metered 5-10 times, I don't know, for $30.
But it is one and done though. There's not any reruns. There's not
This
any
one
of
was
that.
one and done.
Yeah,
Now, I
That's one
have
of our very few one and done classes, but it is.
Yeah, I have other brackets that I would like to use because I don't like one and done. But I have made up another bracket.
Unless you want to do a losers bracket.
Well, so I've got something that's a little different
And
than
I hate
that.
to use the word loser. I'm sorry, because that's not fair. Sometimes equipment happens.
No,
Sometimes-
it's fair.
Sometimes the person does a boo boo. And I've seen somebody in the lane and they actually let a phone call interrupt them and they lost because of a phone call.
Well, listen, we had some people that didn't get started in time this time, and
Rookie mistakes.
things did happen. We had some people that we had one match where two guys didn't start when the start happened. Neither one of them started.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
are you talking about like either one of the guys head to head started or
Neither
Oh,
one of them started.
that'd be okay? Like, hey,
It was weird.
hey.
So I don't know if you'll be able to see this because of
yes, sir.
green screen and all.
We can, yeah.
No way you'll ever see this.
Yeah, we see it. If you keep coming, I see the layout of it. Yes.
So right here, everybody starts, right? Winner goes, I assume, this side, and the loser goes here, right? So,
Okay.
all right. So this person lost, or they lost here, and they come over here. When they lose here, now they're out. So they actually had two opportunities, even though they lost both of them. So it's not one and out. Now, if you win, you come over to this side. If you lose, you come back over here. See, but if you win, now at this point, it turns to single elimination, and at this point, at this point, it turns to single elimination. So what this does is everybody gets 2 at-bats for sure in case they have a really bad mess up one time. Then after that, it turns to single on both sides.
Will you send me a copy of that just so I can look at it?
Yeah, but you do have to go through a losers bracket, which takes a long time. Losers bracket. That's what takes the longest in any tournament.
Yeah, but sometimes I wouldn't say it's needed. How about that? We'll just say that. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's needed.
Well, we
Just
did not
remember-
do a loser's bracket or double elimination this time. So this is what the score sheet looked like. So here up top is where you would have the names of the competitors.
Yes, sir.
And this right here is what build type they are, because that's the type handicap we were using.
Okay.
So okay, they got so and so, and he's got a 1. You got so, all right. So then you come down here, and this is where you put whatever person you put up, and then of course what they metered, what they add their handicap. So what's their score, and did they get the point, or did the other team get the point?
Okay, so with me not being there and not knowing exactly how you ran it, does say Team Budweiser know what Team Miller Lite's or who they're putting up against each other all the way down? So they
No.
Or is it all a big surprise? Okay, Team Budweiser picks their 5 and how they're going to run. Miller Lite picks their 5 and how they're going to run, and then you put them in the lanes, and they're like, aha.
Yeah, and not only that, it changes also because, let's say, all right, it's a coin toss to start. Me and you going against one another.
Right.
You win the coin toss. Now, at that point, we're at match 1, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Right here. Match 1.
Right. I got you.
You choose to put somebody up, or you choose to make me put somebody up if you win the coin toss.
Oh, so you call it out, Head. You call it out. Okay.
No. So at the very beginning of the match, we flip a coin. We're assuming that you won it, okay? You won the coin toss.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have the choice to make me put somebody up, or you can put somebody up.
I mean, I get that. I understand that. Yes, sir.
All right. So
But
let's just say you make me put up. You make me put somebody up. All right. So I put up competitor 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to choose who you put on him.
Okay, but I get that part. But the next round, do you do the coin flip and do it the same way?
Next time, you have to put up first. It flip flops.
It's flip flops. Okay. I get that. I understand.
Yeah.
I get that.
So
See, and I kind of was wondering, I think you should make it more of like a strategy, because I'm a big Streetcar Outlaw or Streetcar Takeover fan, whatever. Streetcar Outlaws, whatever. And they do it kind of like that, and they do the same thing, but they pick their 5, and that's how they're going to run it. They know that this guy's running second, this guy's running third, this guy's running fourth, and this guy's running 5th. And they just hope that they picked the right people to run against the right people over here.
Right. That's definitely a hope, but I think it's more
kind of fun too.
I think it's more strategic and a challenge for them. For instance, Jimmy, let's just say me and you're playing when you're doing it, and I won the first one and I won the second. One more, match is over, because it's the best out of 5. So whoever gets the 3 first, after that, there's no point doing any more matches. So if you're down 2-0, who you putting up? And does that matter? Well, okay, what if you're up 2-0? Now who you putting up? See?
If you're up 2-0, you're probably going to put, you would say I would put a lower guy in there, because they're going to put a bigger guy in there, and that lower guy's handicap's going to fuck.
Well, it
totally
bigger guy,
depends, Yeah.
If you're sitting there and you see that they have, they've got
that's going to be a mind game.
David Bryant over there, and David Bryant is got a solid vehicle, and he's always he don't mess up. Are you going to put somebody that can't get off their phone? And I mean, you got to think about those things. Are you going to put somebody that don't know how to start their system? Because of a delay in their radio won't read that drive, but because it's a crap radio, or right. Your song is buried 5 folders deep. You got to think about that stuff.
I hate to say this, and don't take this wrong, anybody, but them are rookie mistakes that you shouldn't be running. If you're representing your team out there and you're running against it, you better have your music ready. You better have your phone on airplane mode. You better have
You
your
would
butt
think that.
plug up your butt if you need that, whatever you need. I'm sorry, and it's funny, but
I bet it
you're right.
happened 5 times this weekend, and everybody that was in that thing was pretty much seasoned. Things happen, you know.
No, I get it. I do. I really honestly get it. You know, because
what I'm
I've
saying
made
is,
some of them stupid mistakes. I've
yeah,
been in
those
finals.
those kind of things affect who that captain is going to put up.
You're right.
You know,
100.
now,
He knows
maybe there's something else going on. Now, Jimmy, you're sitting there thinking, well, Billy's got so and so over there, and we got to kind of watch him because he's. And I'm over here. I know that so and so blew a sub, but you don't know that. So
No, you're
he's
right.
there as a decoy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You
already know you're going to lose that match because of him being
I
hurt.
know it, but you don't know it.
I don't know that, and I'm I get that.
Right.
No, and that's where it all comes into it. And I shut up, little dude. Sorry, my little man's over here making a bunch of noise. But yeah, no, I get it. That's kind of where I really think once this starts actually taking off and going, I think just the 5. I have to pick my 5 and pick what order they run in.
Yeah.
Then this guy's got to pick his 5 in what order they run in. Not a coin toss, not a flipping.
That's the way.
Yeah.
And if you want to do your local one, do it.
That right there could be the
Just
fun
make sure
one.
everybody knows ahead of time. But if we turn this into something that comes to a finals, it'll be the flip flop way. Just because I want the captains to have to think as much as possible. Trying to give them a challenge. That's what they want.
I think they could. It's going to be fun. I really do. Kind of. I don't know.
I think it too, but they got to decide if it's fun or not, because they're going to decide if we do it more or not. So
Right.
It'll be up to us if we can get it going or not. Those handicaps is the biggest challenge, I think.
It will.
Once
We're
we
just
get
gonna have
the
to figure that part
people, mega fun. For instance, the handicaps we have now with the builds, that was a good stab at it. We done fairly well. I used the actual numbers we have, and I used an average, but it was from a year before last. But when we get those handicaps to where it's your average, man, I think we win.
Yeah, if you finally figure all that out. I don't know how else to say it. Sorry, I apologize. Get it all dialed down and get it figured completely out. That part will be unbelievable because there's no, like you said, there's no way for him to be able to fake his scores or whatever. You're going to figure out all the average. You're going to figure out from 5 shows before or whatever, and do the math, and it's right. Just like there's been a couple of times. It's back to sandbagging. Well, see, and that's what he's talking about, though, Craig, because we were just talking about that. He's not going to take an average from just one show. He's going to.
No. I would do something like take the best 10 of the last 20 scores, something like that. Best 15 of the last 30, something like that, and average the best 15.
What up, Pookie Bear?
So if you did want to, in that format, if you wanted to lay up some, if you wanted to sandbag, you'd have to sandbag over 15 times.
15 different shows, where it could possibly hurt you.
I just don't think anybody's got that much sandbagging in them. Just when you finally do pop off, it just boom right up,
But then it's going to be noticeable, and you're going to know immediately. It was like, hey, he changed something, or hey, he's been sandbagging this whole time.
Right, sandbagging. We just kick his ass out. Go play on the regular tent.
I mean, absolutely. Go over there. Stop being a jerk face. We're trying to have fun.
Right, but I think I can. Another something to work out is like if they do change builds. Now you got to start over with the average kind of thing. Add a little power. I don't think so. I think we just let that factor in. But
what if say for instance, so like I started out at the beginning of the year, and I have 110-inch subwoofer on a 2K amplifier.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say I keep the same amplifier and the same subwoofer, but I change the box, I change the enclosure, I change the wiring, I change everything around 15 different times all year long. Does that matter at all?
That would definitely make it a challenge on your averages, but it will be an average. And if you make that many changes, you're gonna F up some.
Yeah,
You're not
you
gonna
should.
you're not gonna rise every time.
No, absolutely
Not
not.
gonna happen.
It's not. You can't change that much in one season and expect them not to have a little bit of a downfall, or
Yeah.
well, unless you're going from a stock system and
But
upgrade.
and like I say, if you do go up, that factors in on your average, you know.
Makes sense.
We'll see, but I got to get more feedback. Like I said, because it's going to take a lot of time and effort to invest in this, and I got to really know people want to do it. So if you do one, I think Brandon's setting one up. I hadn't talked to Richard about it yet, but I bet he'd be game.
I'm definitely going to do one.
I think I saw Jordan talking with Sam Skinner, potentially doing one. You know, but we need them. We need them. We need the same people doing more than one because they'll be, they'll be able to give better feedback after going through it a second time. Like
Well,
the guys this time, they got some good feedback for us. But if they go through it again, they'll probably come up with something different.
Absolutely. Well, we want to see you at Superfest as well, Chris. Hopefully, you get stuff figured out. If nothing else, just come and hang out.
Right?
I understand. Trust me. I can't believe one of them amplifiers finally let go. Them amplifiers were like indestructible. I don't know. It's weird. He finally had one of my amplifiers let go out of the nitro.
What kind of amps were that?
The 7500 Def Bonds.
Oh, Def Bonds, yeah.
Yeah. Them things, I'm telling you, them things were indestructible. I had them personally for 5 years before I sold them. I think it was an RCA input. Good. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm telling you, I don't know that you could have heard that amp.
Wes, we don't have it scheduled yet. We need to do that.
Yeah, it's a 7500. I know what it is, sir. But I've clamped them amplifiers before, and I've got 9K out of one. Even though it says 7500, it does 9K. It still turns on.
Well, that means it's probably a cheap fix.
Have you checked everything else out, though? I mean, honestly, are you sure it's the amplifier and not an RCA wire is finally rubbed? Or, I don't know, it could be something else. Check to see if you have voltage or you have sound coming out of the actual amplifier itself. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you have. That's the way they've always been. 1 sub per amp. Half ohm per sub. And at one point in time, hell, I had 3. I blew a sub and I plugged up one and put them bitches at 0.33 and ran it for a whole weekend, which I probably shouldn't have did because I heard some stuff, but it was fun. And I'm down for Team Wars. # Team Sundown.
What was that? Did I miss something?
Mike is saying.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They were the only reason why they were strapped is because it's easier on the amplifiers being strapped, to be honest with you. You can try it the other way, but I'm telling you right now, it's easier on the amplifiers strapping them. And putting 2 subs on a pair of amplifiers. You're going to get the same outcome, I promise. Promise you. If not lose. I promise you on that. I know that nitro like the back of my hand, dude. And take that. I told you take that 45 out, take one of the baffles back off the front, and we'll see. We get it back to the 64.7 that it was at. Why are you so quiet, Billy?
Mhm.
So why are you sitting there so quiet, sir?
And I was sitting here watching you lie to that old boy.
I'm
I
not
won't tell
lying,
you.
though. I'm telling
I
the
won't
truth.
tell you. I won't tell you. Either of you going to Autorama. What is Autorama, man?
I've never heard of that. It sounds like obviously a car show.
I don't know. I don't think it's obvious.
Chris, I can send you the. Well, we can talk. I'm telling you.
Big
Yeah.
show in California.
I don't know, Brett. I kind of disagree on that one, sir. And I know you're generally right, and I wouldn't disagree with you much, but I disagree with you on that one just a little bit. Sorry, sir. But no, yeah, I have some good math that you need, Chris, that you could follow. Well, you know, it yes, in your truck, but honestly, that's your truck's amazing. That's not fair. Each vehicle is different, though, and when it comes to out in reality, you know, just because I'm running a 15-inch subwoofer with a 3,000 watt amplifier and I have a Tahoe, and this guy's running a 15-inch subwoofer, the exact same sub, the exact same amp, everything. The difference can still be in the builds and how everything else is hooked up. And I'd say bring out the nitro. I want to see it, Chris. Even if it's not playing, still bring it out. We can talk. I can show you. I'm sure you still have some questions and some things that need to be answered. We're going to get an RV. Okay, well, not bad. Well, see, there's your problem. You're trying to get an RV before you get the vehicle going. Get the vehicle first. No RV.
I thought about doing an RV also to travel in.
You know,
Then I thought, man, diesel fuel cost, it get 4 miles a gallon.
I'm telling you right now, though, you say what you want to. Get a pull behind.
Oh, yeah. Well, that you also get, I get 11. Well, I had a problem with my pickup on the way home last time and I got less, but usually pulling anything, I'm going to get 11 miles a gallon. That ain't horrible.
I get anywhere between 10.5 to
Well, that's
somewhere
good for a
around
gas
over
burner.
there for my gas. Yeah, with the 23-foot camper. And my camper's old and heavy and not necessarily so aerodynamic as the newer ones.
Yeah. So, but look at by the time you pay in for the thing, but by the time you take a trip to drive wherever, that fuel mileage, well, that's hotel money, you know. So now you're just wearing your stuff out for nothing.
You know, it's funny that you say that because we've had that conversation a couple times. It depends, on where you're going and how far away you're going and things. Because what you spend probably $300-400 extra $100 in gas, you could have spent on a hotel room and just stayed comfortably and drove one vehicle.
Not have to pull over and deal with trailer tires and all that stuff. I'm gonna tell you what's interesting is so I'm ready to get rid of my truck and get a F-350. I just hadn't been able to find one. If I found a nice F-350 tomorrow, I would do it, right?
Hang on, Billy's breaking up. He said something. Wait. He's getting a what? He's getting a what? Sorry. Billy's getting a what?
Right. Check this out. But here's the fix to that. So I found today a Peterbilt, right? It's got 400,000 miles. They're good to about 800,000 or 900,000, right? So it'll last more miles, and it is exactly half the price of an F-350.
I seen the other day. I want to say it was like probably a couple of weeks ago on Marketplace because I like to follow Marketplace and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a guy on there that had a Chevy I can't even remember what it was called, but it was like a 6500, and it was like a big ass truck. It was like a
Isn't
big
that
four-door
what,
truck.
Isn't that what the Sundown truck is? That the one that Derek and them drive to the shows, pull that trailer.
I don't know. I've never seen that, to be honest with you, sir.
Yeah, I think that's it. What that is.
Yeah. Something like that would be cool to have. Just to be able to drive and to tow something behind you. Game over. Game over. But, me and the wife had actually talked about getting like an actual camper that I could tow the Tahoe behind me.
Yeah.
And just do it all in one trip with the camper and everything, and I don't know.
Yeah.
F650, that's what the Sundown truck is. Okay. He said it's a F650.
Okay. It's a little bit bigger truck. But those things cost a fortune too. And it's full blown big Peterbilt, $50,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, and F350, they don't pull crap. They don't haul crap. They're a little truck, right? But that Peterbilt will pull anything you can put behind it, and not even
And laugh about it.
right.
You probably pull your whole damn neighborhood vehicles around and make them pay for your gas to go there.
Right. Right.
Now,
I was thinking of it differently. I was thinking, okay, get this truck, get me a big box trailer that I could put my pickup in, but that we could also flip up, flip out, and do a Base Wars show out of it.
I mean, I get that. And that's
meter out of it, TVs on the wall, that kind of stuff,
But think about it: if you got a big ass truck and you got a one of them toy hauler, or not a toy hauler, but a car hauler, and you make everybody else that wants to go to that show pay for your gas, and then you tow them down there and you stay in a nice hotel.
Check this out. I bought this red trailer I have, right? And so with the idea, I was like, you know what? I want this trailer. I'm gonna have this trailer. And one person has hit me up to take them. I says, okay, if you want to go to the show, you pay for the gas, I'll haul you. Right?
I know who that is. Yeah.
Really about old beaters, people worried about them not making. But when dude got to realizing how much the fuel cost was, he's like, wow, yeah, I can't do that. Right? Because it just costs, No. That's just the fuel,
And there's sometimes where I've been the same way with like my camper, but it's convenience. It's yours.
Yeah, no.
I know it's sanitary. I know nobody else has been in that bed. I know
all your crap's in there. It's gonna be nice, Now
it is. So sometimes
I don't know if I will go this Peterbilt route. I'm really thinking about it, but it's got a sleeper on it.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Now,
you're right.
I've had trucks before, and I'm not really wanting to get back into the truck driving life, right? I'm kind of happy to have that behind me. So I just don't know if I want to bark up that tree, but but the truck itself is cheaper than a 25 or 3,500, and it'll pull the crap. It'll pull 10, 25 or 3,500.
Yeah, and you got to get that special license, and then you have to.
It's just a CDL. No big deal.
Yeah,
I had mine. They pulled a quick one over me, and so I don't have many more, but I could get them. What they did is at some point, to have a CDL, you have to have what's called a medical card. You get to get a little checkup every 2 years. It's no big deal, right? So at some point, the state decided, okay, you got to upload this to the state website. And they sent the notice to a 25-year-old mailbox, a P.O. box I had back when I first started that trucking company, as opposed to the address on my license. And I missed the notice, and they took my license away.
Yeah.
So, but it would be nothing to get them back.
Yeah, absolutely. Brett said he'd pay.
Right? That I thought people would want to pay, and that's one reason I bought the thing. Yeah, I would just get the CDL. I've had them. I know how to drive trucks, so it's no big deal with me. I wouldn't short it none. I would just get the real deal and be done.
Yeah. So absolutely. So this weekend, Super Day show, Junction City, Milford Lake.
Yep.
I'm sure that you have a list up in front of you.
Uh,
Oh, okay. I caught you off guard on that one. Sorry.
what's it called? Milford?
Milford Lake, I believe. Yes, sir. Junction City, Milford Lake.
Milford Lake, Kansas, maybe?
Yes, sir.
Oh, crap. That just added 30 more minutes to my trip, man.
Well, that's where the actual show is.
Oh, no. That's because, let me just, well, actually, I need to just, it's 15 hours, man. It's 15. By the time I have to stop and get gas 10 times on a little 40 ride I rented, probably 7.
Would you rent
It's an Equinox.
an Equinox?
I rented something a little nicer. When I got there to pick it up, that's what they had for me.
Them cars are so ugly.
And I kind of did it last minute. It's like I rented it and I went and picked it up. So I kind of, and that was right at 5 o'clock. So
Yeah. I take it back tomorrow. We're like, hey, can I exchange this real quick?
I already hit them up. They did not have what I rented, what I actually rented. They didn't have it. Oh well, I ain't worried about it. But the van is kind of noisy, and I just come back from wherever I was last weekend, and so I feel like I'm still driving. Well, now I got to go. This is going to be a 2,500 mile weekend. Actually, yeah, about a 2,500 mile weekend. I'd be dang if I'm going to sit in that van that long without a bunch of sound deadener in it.
Yeah, that's something.
I don't like it. I won't sell it. I'm done with it.
Yeah,
it's good for shows though.
I know. That's why
everything you need in it. It's good. It's got a lot of room if you want to make a little wall in it, a wall of subs. Yeah,
I give you $500 for it. Billy, bring it down here.
Yeah, I'll give you a tire off of it. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty badass, Clay. Absolutely. Slamology is a 7.5 hour drive for me. It depends. I might actually I got 7. I don't know. It just depends. If I can find a trailer or not. If I can find a trailer, then I'll probably tow it down with my truck. If not, I'll probably just drive it down. Have Mama drive the truck.
It is quicker for me to go to Slamology than it is for me to go to this show this weekend.
Slamology 7.5 hours for me.
It's about 12 for me.
It's funny because Arkansas is our halfway point down there.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah. I'll be going through Kansas City. When are you going over there? That morning or the night before?
Friday.
I'll be going through Kansas City late.
Late Friday night?
Stop.
Well, we'll be leaving. I have to go to work. The wife has to work. It'll be anywhere between, we'll just say noon to 5.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
I don't know what time I'm going. That's tomorrow. So, like when I leave tomorrow, I got to stop somewhere and mail out some stuff. I got stuff to do on the way,
Absolutely.
And that's assume I wake up on time.
Speaking of waking up, I do got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning here.
Right. Well, where all do we have shows? Find that
out. That's your magic, sir. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. Sorry.
Yes. Looks like I need to listen, y'all. If you're watching this, there's a show tomorrow called Laying in the Shade, but it is not happening. It is canceled, deleted. I'm fixing to delete it right now.
Oh. Oh, I get it. I get it. Brett's asking you to tow his shit to Slamology.
That. There. I deleted that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I drove my Tahoe to Scraping the Coast the first year I bought it. And that's it. From my house to Scraping is straight through is a 16-hour drive. But, you know, it wasn't a straight through. I have to stop. I got to go pee. I'm old. Whatever. But yeah, no, I did it in one day. The very first year I did it in one day. It was
Well,
I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and drove straight there.
right. So the only hiccup there is I have to take that black trailer probably with a lot of gear to Slamology.
Oh, to Slam, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's see. Jordan's got UAF in Mobile, Alabama.
Always a good time.
TriStar Throwdown is Dyers. It's is that Greg or Eric? Greg and Eric.
I don't know, sir.
Yeah, I don't know either. Super Fast. That's Basin this Saturday. Maybe
That's
right.
me.
Nope. Yep. That's all. Superfest. UAF is Friday night. This TriStar Throwdown, that is that'll be Dyersburg Air Base.
And why does that sound so familiar?
That's in Tennessee. That might be where Greg did his finals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But anyway, so it looks like it's a light weekend.
Definitely. Very, very crazy busy weekend. So
Yep.
100. Sorry, I'm getting some messages. It's funny because, you know, I'm generally in bed by now. I wake up in the morning, I got like messages anywhere between 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, people, I'm in bed. Leave me alone.
I bet this is Michael Ronnie.
Yeah. Greg said it's not him.
Yeah, it's probably Michael Ronnie then. I don't think I have photos. I try to put everybody's photo on the thing, but I don't have photos of Michael yet. So
Yep.
All right, sir. Take it home. I'm going to bed.
All right,
I'm
ladies
just
and gentlemen.
Do laundry and finish some more decals and pack up some tag plates and pack up my bag and load the car and see what I forgot.
Pack up some more decals for me. And yeah, okay.
Yeah, I could bring my box of decals. But what happens is, and this is where I'm kind of bound up right now, I don't get all my decals back, and then people buy them off the web, and then I don't have them, and then I have to cut them. So then on the day that I'm trying to get ready to leave, I have to cut decals. And
You could just bring me your box of decals and just leave it here and then go back and cut you some new ones.
but are you gonna? I do that if you ship them out from the web, from the web orders.
No. You got to go back and make your own. I need new ones. I'm out of.
We got somebody that's doing these decals for us now. I've not got the first shipment yet, but
Okay.
yeah, but I got him to doing the white ones. He'll be sending them anytime now, I hope, because that's what I need, white.
Understandable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. And with that, have a great night.